NERF.
Good evening, London. It's Zane Truesdale here, and I have a new NERF gun. Hope you're listening, especially you down there on the bus. You better be listening. Nah, I'm only kidding. Welcome back, guys. It's me again. I was playing around with my web camera there, so I got a little bit bored. Anyway, as I've mentioned just now, is a new NERF gun. You can tell by the name, it's the Diatron. And this is it. This is the newest pistol of the Vortex series. As you can tell, it's chunky. Very chunky, because of one reason. It is part of the multi-shot madness range, which consists of the rough cut, the Diatron and the barrel break, because they all can fire more than one dart at a time. And because this is a Vortex series weapon, it fires 2 discs. So 2 of these are going to come out flying at your enemy, pretty much. It is a very interesting gun. Actually, I think I've got a stock here, because this does have... I really should have prepared before I did this video, actually, to be honest, but... Come here, you son of a... Go, there we go. But yes, we have a stock, so you can effectively have this, and it, as it is, probably works pretty well as like a small rifle, because you can put a nice good stock on there, and you've got it nice tight to your shoulder, and you can blast your enemies. So that's cool, but we'll take that off for now because we don't really need it. Features to begin with, you've got obviously on Vortex, you've got your jam release switch, which is here. You have yourself 1 tactical rail system along the front, which is a good size. It is about said long. It takes up to 10 rounds, which is a bonus, but obviously if it fires 2 at once, you get 5 shots, because you only have to fire 2 discs at once. There is no single shot and single shot. So that's that. This whole section down here doesn't really seem to be needed because it's just like big space, but that is to compensate for this, which is the drop magazine hold. Which, is there a disc in there? There is a disc in there. That's weird. But yeah, it has a drop magazine just like the Vigilon, which is a bonus. So obviously it looks really nice, and then you can just slip it out, which is cool. So if we load up some discs, I can show you the primer, which I think you will be actually quite surprised if you've not seen this before. This is it, this little handle here. It's really, really ridiculous because I have a feeling that you could probably break it. There we go. I'm training a driver on Gran Turismo 5 at the moment. He's not doing particularly well. Overtake them, you swine! Anyway, priming the gun. You've got yourself a little handle. There we go, and that's primed. And as you can see down the barrel, just about here, you've got your 2 discs all ready to fire. But if I just take those out and pop back in again, the priming handle can be a bit dodgy because the hinge isn't very good. It does look like you could easily snap the bastard, which obviously you don't really want to do. But to be fair, this is a cheap NERF gun. I think this was only 20 quid, so it wasn't a lot of money for this. So if it does break, it's not the end of the world, but it is a bit dodgy because it is very flimsy, so you might want to be careful of that. I like this whole thing here, the whole fact that you've got a closed off, well, you know, that thing there, so in case anyone sort of like tries to slice your fingers off with a sword or something, you can block it. But so the styling, I think, is pretty cool. Have this massive chunky front, but yeah, then again, what are you going to do? There aren't really a lot more features than that. So what have I got to shoot? Not much really. Let's shoot my Scooby-Doo over there. Let's shoot him. It's accurate, I won't lie. If distance-wise, from a normal non-angled shot, you could probably get yourself... Oh, I've got to think about this, because the discs are actually really good for flying. They could probably go between 40 to 60 feet, maybe? Angled shot, you might get about 60, 65, 70 if you're lucky, maybe. I haven't really looked into the... Ooh. Overtake! Overtake! Oh, you let them get away. But yeah, yeah, that's pretty much about it, really. Just trying to think, because I mean, I love this gun. I mean, the idea of having a a vortex gun that fires 2 discs at once is a nice idea, but the problem with the discs is, if you're in an Nerf orbit, yes, the distance is fantastic, but the longer the discs go, the less power it is when it finally reaches your opponent and hits them. So, which is why I like to prefer the old Nerf dart. I love the Jolt. The tiniest Nerf gun ever only fires 1 shot, and it seems, oh, why would you buy that? It's pathetic. It's really good fun. As you've seen on the Nerf crack shots, the Jolts are amazing. At least I think they're amazing, because you feel it. Whereas these generally tend to lose a lot of power as they fly along forward, so that's a bit of a pain there. Other than that, there's not really much else to talk about. Obviously, if you buy yourself like one of these or any other Nerf gun, and you want to custom paint them, it's probably going to be the best idea to sand them down first, because after the Nerf company paint them, they put a cover of like they put a cover of something on there, and the paint doesn't stick so well. So it's best to sand it down, wash it dry, or wash it, then dry it off, and then start spraying while the surface is a little coarse, so it's not so shiny, because then the paint will stick really well. I should actually be doing another custom paint job soon. I am working on quite a few paint jobs at the moment. I'm trying to finish them all, but obviously we've had some pretty bad weather here, and the snow's hit us, so the paint's not dried so well. Not dried very well, that's what I'm trying to say. We're 11th! You overtook 1 man! Well done, though. Overtake someone else. And then I'll be happy. But don't lose control. Anyway, that's pretty much about it for the Diatron. For 20 quid, you can't argue for a pistol. Obviously my precautions would be, say, just watch the priming handle, just make sure you don't snap it. And sometimes it may sort of like jam, like might get stuck like halfway through, because you've got to push it all the way forward, but try not to put too much pressure or it might snap. I don't know if it will or not, but just want to be cautious, because it's, you know, one of those. There's just one in there. Yeah, I was going to say, just like primed it with one, but yeah, that doesn't work. Anyway, that's me done. Actually, a little bit longer than I expected, so I'm signing off now. I will see you guys on the flip side, and hope you have yourself some good battles out there. Cheers. Where's my stop button?